The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Love it or hate it, it's still a game. A video game. Yep. Our story begins in a peaceful village called Ordon, where our hero, Link, tends to goats for a living. One day, monsters attack Ordon and kidnap a few of Link's friends as well as his would-be girlfriend. Link gives chase, only to run into a strange black force field barring him off from what used to be a forest, and is pulled through it by a monster. On the other side, he finds an eerie version of the forest infected by something known as Twilight. He's then turned into a wolf and dragged off to prison. He's having a pretty bad day. When Link wakes up, he's freed by a strange little imp called Midna, who helps him escape the dungeon. After escaping, Link eventually turns back into a human, and his quest to save his friends and get to the bottom of this Twilight business begins. The gameplay is split into two different types, the human type and the wolf type. The human parts of the game consist of you traversing the world and entering dungeons where you'll solve puzzles and fight monsters to progress the story. The wolf parts of the game involve Link working together with Midna to return light to areas infected by the Twilight. Both parts are pretty fun to play, though I have to give extra points to the wolf gameplay due to this. As mentioned earlier, you'll enter dungeons when you're in human form. They have plenty of puzzles to solve, which in all honesty can be pretty tough. And I have to say the dungeon's designs were pretty good as well. You'll go from swinging across gaps with the help of some friendly monkeys to walking on magnetic ceilings using your iron boots. Just don't take them off while you're up there or you'll fall. I learned that the hard way. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Twilight Zone. It's a place where you randomly turn into a wolf upon entry. A place where pieces of used toilet paper float towards the sky. It is a place where only a vicious animal can set things right by killing random bugs and devouring their souls. But in all seriousness, the Twilight Zones are some of the coolest parts of the game, despite being rather creepy. You'll need to return light to whatever zone is infected by collecting tears of light dropped by insects. Okay. Once you have them all, the area you're in will go back to normal and you'll revert back to your human form. The world you travel in, otherwise known as Hyrule, is humongous. It will take you quite some time to explore the entire land, even on horseback. That being said, you won't really need to explore it a whole lot because there really isn't that much in it. Nintendo must have been so focused on making a huge world to explore that they must have forgotten to put more stuff in it to, you know, explore. It really is a shame, too, because this game's beautiful graphics would have made wandering around the massive plains of Hyrule an amazing experience. Don't forget the bosses! Like other games in the franchise, there's one at the end of each dungeon. And as usual, you have to use whatever new piece of equipment you found in it to defeat them. Unfortunately, they really aren't that hard. In fact, they're pretty dang easy. Now don't get me wrong, the boss fights are epic! But only one of them actually gave me a bit of trouble, and I'll tell you right now, it wasn't the final boss. Should you decide that saving the world is no longer your #1 priority, there's several side quests and a handful of minigames to enjoy. I had a lot of fun with these, and they had me coming back to play the game to either gain a bigger wallet or score another heart piece. Overall, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess is a great adventure with fun gameplay elements, tough puzzles, unique dungeons, and plenty of extras to help you know-life the game a bit more. The only problems with this game are that the world, despite being very large, doesn't have much in it to explore, and the boss fights didn't have much challenge to them. Now, with the few problems this game has out of the way, I give it an 8.75 out of 10.